Welcome, everyone, to this second hymn in a celebration of 4 great contemporary Christian songs at my birthday concert. This song, Softly and Tenderly, has quite a story. Let's begin with the fact that it's a great old Baptist hymn written by Will Thompson, and you might remember it as Softly and tenderly Jesus is calling, calling for you and for me. And there are 4 or 5 verses. And typically it would find itself at the end of a service when preachers, they don't do this much anymore, even in Baptist churches, but preachers, specifically in Baptist churches, would give what we call an invitation. And they would, for lack of a better way to describe it, talk about the invitation until people felt guilty enough that they might come forward and accept Jesus the way they wanted them to. Not all of them, okay? But I think we need to, as churchgoers, laugh at ourselves about that moment because for some people it's offensive, and I can see how it would be. But the hymn, Softly and Tenderly, has this amazing text. And there is a true story that an arranger, Raymond Brown, grew up in a Baptist family. And every single solitary Sunday, his mom would cook a roast to be ready when they got home from church. And at their church, Softly and Tenderly was the invitation hymn every single Sunday, like clockwork. And they would get in the car, and his mom would begin to sing instead of what I just sang to you, Softly and tenderly pig roast is calling, calling for you and for... And she'd go on and make up these hysterical words. And I actually heard Raymond Brown tell this in a concert, and then Cynthia Clausen, who he was playing for, came out and did this arrangement that he completely redressed. You're going to hear it after I get done speaking to you. It is a miracle moment in the world of arranging great tunes in a new way. As a worship leader, I've talked a lot with people about how so many hymns can have a new life if they're given maybe a new tune or maybe a new harmony, or maybe you hear a song that we know or a hymn that we know that was done with organ for years and years and years and years, and we don't like it because we don't like organ anymore. Well, put it inside of a rock band and see what happens. This one, Raymond Brown puts inside of a beautiful string section, 2 of whom you're going to hear in just a moment, and piano, and wow. It is not anything short of the most longing invitation describing how Jesus pierces the heart and comes into our lives in a way that's magical. And some Christians are going to say, oh, he shouldn't be using the word magic. Well, there is something magical about a man who can invade your life with the truth of what he came to do, the way this hymn describes, Softly and Tenderly. Thanks again to Cynthia and Jonathan for playing on the strings. And I hope that you are as moved by this song that I've been singing for, 30 or 40 years. It's a heart-wrencher. Enjoy Softly and Tenderly, arranged by Raymond Brown.
Softly and tenderly, Jesus is calling, calling for you and for me. See, on the portals, he's waiting and watching, watching for you and for me. Why should we tarry when Jesus is pleading, pleading for you and for me? Why should we linger and heed not his mercies, mercies for you and for me? Come home, ye who are weary, come home. Earnestly, tenderly, Jesus is calling, calling, O sinner, come home. Time is now fleeting, the moments are passing, passing from you and from me. Shadows are gathering, deathbeds are coming, coming for you and for me. Oh, for the wonderful love he has promised, promised for you and for me. Though we have sinned, he has mercy and pardon, pardon for you